So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my style of storytelling first. So I believe we all have a storyteller inside of us. So it won't just be me telling the story. I might ask for a little bit of audience participation. I might ask for some sound effects. I know I've got some wonderful singers in the house, so I might be leaning on you for the sound effects as well. And I believe it's very important that we wake up our imaginations, because sometimes they can lie very dormant for some time. So let us first just wiggle our fingers like this, and we are going to call in all of the lovely magic of all the stories that have been before, and all the stories that we tell to this present day, and all the stories that we are yet to tell as well. May us always pass on stories, and we're going to just pop them in our head and wake up our lovely imaginations. Fantastic. Now, for those of you who have not met me, well, you may have met me as Izzy, but forget that for now. My name is Philia, Roman for love. Now, I am on a very special quest in Kirkham, a simple quest to some, but harder for those whose hearts have been hardened, such as mine. I am to find the true meaning of the word love. Now, I've been talking to people from all walks of life, trying to find out, what does this intangible thing, love, really mean? And it's different for everyone. It might be love of family. It might be, well, we're here, love of church. It might be a hobby you love doing, a friendship, and it might be romantic love, as we tend to celebrate on Valentine's. So anyone got any ideas for me, first off, for what love means to them? You, Barbara, look very well dressed in a love heart necklace. What does love mean to you?
Love means to me happiness.
Happiness.
When I feel happy, I love it.
Lovely, lovely. So love is happiness. Thank you, Barbara. Anyone else got any different ideas? Yes, Bernie.
Love means if you can help somebody.
Lovely, helping others. Fantastic. Thank you, Bernie. Anyone else, any more ideas?
Love isn't just like the big softy love. Love means strength. It's really sweet, so get on and help somebody. So love is strength.
Yes, love is strength. Wonderful. No comment on your partner there, is it though, Sharon? What about you, Andy?
I think love is about life and seizing and taking the moment.
Lovely, seizing and taking the moment. Anyone from this side of the room got a different idea you want to throw in? Chocolate, yes, love is chocolate, lovely. And what were you going to say?
Friendship.
And friendship, oh, fantastic, lovely, thank you everyone. So, I have been trying to learn the true meaning of this word. Now, I have been in the wandering hills of Lancashire, watching over this town, trying to learn the secret to love. Now, I have heard whispers, compliments from friends. I've heard first kisses and first dates and hands being held. And I have also heard the bustling, the barter from the market, from when it was first granted its market charter in the 13th century, to the bustling markets of today. Not today, was going to be today, but still, when the market is on in the wonderful market square, it brings great crowds. And those fish stones, do we know them well, the fish stones? Yes, I've noticed they're a bit of a meeting point for younger people maybe to meet for a date. They used to display wonderful shimmering fish for sale, fruits of the sea, and now they are a place for conversation, a place where people meet, a place where people share stories and hold celebrations. So all these remarkable things happen there. But just imagine now, just across from the fish stones, has anyone seen a co-op? Yes, okay, good. Don't worry, that's not part of the love story. It's not like it's not all about loving the co-op, although we do love our local shops. Yes, we do. But where that co-op is, it is said that there used to be an alehouse run by one Isabel Burley. Now, Isabel Burley made a great impact in this small town with her huge acts of kindness. And she ran this alehouse called the Eagle and Child. And that is where my quest really began, for she told me a truth so terrible it broke my heart in two. But thank goodness for Isabel Burley, for her honesty, her truth-telling tongue, or I would have married a real maggot of a man, I tell you. I made a lucky escape. So for those of you who haven't yet gathered, I am a runaway bride. Can I hear, ooh? Now, my story begins when the sun and trees were new and promises were kept. And there was a woman, let's call her Ophelia, for the sake of the story. And she had a very special talent. When the milky moon was high in the night sky, she would put on a magical fur cloak and was swallowed up in it all nice and warm, and she could transform into a wolf. Now she could transform into a wolf, and I will need a little bit of howling from the audience. We've woken up our imagination, so this shouldn't be too hard for us. So we'll take a deep breath in and just imagine that you are a wolf howling at the moon. Lovely, lovely. She would spend her nights happier than you can imagine, wild and free, at one with nature. But as we all know, all good things must come to an end, and some more tragically than others. And so one night, she was with her wolf pack, but she was being followed by a farmer. Now this farmer, he was a local man, but he had a wife-shaped hole in his heart, a heart made bitter for lack of love and lack of laughter. And the wolf pack had gobbled up some of his chickens, so he followed them for 3 nights and 3 days until he found them slumbering in a nearby wood. And he crouched down to spy on them until they were deep in slumber, planning to kill each and every one of them. But as he watched the slumbering beasts, now I need some sound effects of slumbering beasts, but like wolves as well. So choir, you know what I mean. I mean like, you can hit the notes better than me in that, definitely. So some slumbering beasts like wolves. Lovely. And to his amazement, his wide-eyed wonder, one of the wolves, as we know, with this special talent, stood on her hind legs and shook her cloak of furs off just as a tree shakes its autumn leaves, and revealed a woman. Now the woman fell asleep with the rest of the wolf pack, and this man, a quick-thinking man, a real sly fox, stole the magical fur cloak and ran away with it over to the market square to fetch a fine fortune for this magical cloak. And our girl, she wakes up, she's lost her brothers, she's lost her cloak, she wanders until she can wander no more, and her feet collapse, and down she goes in a heap of sadness, a shadow of her former self, when she hears the voice of a kind gentleman, all sweetness and cherry pie, asking if she is all right. A charming and kind gentleman who must be somewhere in the audience today. A charming and kind, there he is, wonderful. Now, ask me if I'm all right, sir, please.
Are you all right there, fair maiden?
Fair maiden as well. Oh my goodness. She locks eyes with him, and as soon as she does, she falls instantly in love, and he too, of course, loves her. Wonderful. If you can try. Wonderful. They fall instantly constantly in love. It is the kind of love that scrolls write about, the kind of love that is sung about in high voices. It's the kind of love that is carved into deep tree barks. They were so happy, and she soon forgot about her cloak. She forgot about her brothers before her, and off they went to his mansion house. Oh, he was a very rich and wealthy man. Can you try and perform that a little bit? Lots of money. Oh, yeah, good. He's got the elbow, he's got the slant. Fantastic, lovely. A rich and wealthy man he was. And his home was Mowbray Hall, a beautiful, sprawling mansion. So Our Lady, when she looks at this mansion, she looks at her fine beau. She's no longer sad. A smile blossoms on her lips and stays for some time. Until, of course, he proposes. Now, I'm afraid you need to get off the chair and properly down on one knee, really, you know. Give him a clap, everyone. Fantastic. Yes, as you were. Oh, so unexpected. Oh, fantastic. And of course, she said yes. Thank you. You may get up now and sit back down. Thank you. Well done. Of course, she says yes. They make plans for the day. Confetti, flowers, gold and silver everywhere. Long tables filled with treats, rare curiosities from all around the world, for he is such a wealthy man. But one thing, very strange, no wedding guests. So on her wedding day, she's getting ready. She's wearing a gown a little bit like this one, and she can't help that shiver of doubt, that little niggling, wriggling fish in her brain telling her there's something up here. And so she goes to the alehouse, to the Eagle and Child, to visit the wisest woman, Isabel Burley, the wisest woman in all the land, for surely she will know something of her beau. Now, Isabel Burley says, yes, I do know him. He was a humble farmer before, in fact, and then he came into the pub. He was bragging. About killing a wolf pack and snatching away one of their magical cloaks and selling it to a travelling merchant who works the market square for all the riches in the world. Now she feels her delicate heart shatter. She lifts her gown like a galleon sail, and off she goes, running for the hills. But as she runs, she's remembered of her night spent with her wolf pack and the time that she was truly happy, and she thinks, maybe I could be happy again. An idea blooms in her head like a pretty blue flax flower. If she can find her cloak, she can smile again. And so she goes to the fish stone. She looks for the travelling merchant. I need someone to be a travelling merchant. Let's see. Yes, you, sir, with your arms folded. That's perfect. For he had already sold the magical cloak, you see. So this is good. Yeah, arms folded. And just shake your head like that. And just look like, what are you talking about, you crazy woman? Yes, fantastic. It comes very naturally. Very good. I don't know what that's about. Fantastic. Yes, lovely. Brilliant. So he's already sold the cloak, and he's sold it to a beautiful, wonderful sorceress who resides in an old mill, and some call her the Spirit of Progress. She is a kind and wise woman with long white hair reaching to the floor, and she is working on the mill, spinning her magic. But what would she want with a magical cloak? For she has all the magic in the world at her fingertips. But perhaps she's trying to teach our bride a lesson. And so the bride goes to the old mill, enters, and she is greeted by this wonderful woman who seems to be glowing against the stark light of the mill. And as she spins, a simple piece of cloth floats down to the bride's feet. And as if by magic, which is what it was, a riddle appears. And the riddle says, what can be touched but can't be seen? don't know if any of you do cryptic crosswords. Does anyone know what the answer might be? What can be touched but can't be seen? Yes, wonderful. Well done. What's your name? Well done, Christine. Well done. Brilliant. You see, your imagination was already awake. Brilliant. So, the loving human heart. Go to the town with church in its name, church and home. Does anyone know what that might mean? Go to the town with church and home in its name. This is your journey starts. Any more cryptic crossword lovers? Sharon? Could be Kirkham. I mean, yeah, it could be. Well done. Yes, exactly, is where your journey starts. Wait until the year 2022. Now, I know we've had a dodgy few years, but it is 2022 now, isn't it? Yes, great. We've arrived in the right time. Fantastic. Wait until the year 2022, and the true meaning of love will be spoken by its people, and your cloak returned to you. So, that is the first chapter of our story. I am here looking for my magical cloak, but too, trying to learn the meaning of love by gathering love stories from all of you wonderful people. So there are ways that you can get involved in the project. Have any of you seen the lovely wooden hearts we've got out the front there? We would love for you to write loving messages, things about your town, things about your friends, things about your family, secret messages as a secret admirer for Valentine's Day if you'd like to as well. And yes, stay tuned for the next chapter, and thank you all for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.